Well, it's that time of the week again where we get to talk about brand new VR games coming out this week, new VR games coming out next week, and of course some of that juicy VR gaming news. As always, guys, I will ask you one small favour before we dive into this video, and that is to smash that like button if you enjoy this video. Only if you enjoy it though. And of course, if you are new to this channel, subscribe. Or if you're old to this channel and you just haven't friggin' subscribed yet, well, change that today. Smash that subscribe button. I'd be grateful. Other than that though, let's dive into new VR games this week. Now let's dive into our first game on the list, and that is Star Wars Beyond Victory. Now I know a ton of people have been waiting for this one to come out to sort of find out whether it was going to be good, bad, or everything in between. Personally, this is a really interesting one to me. The virtual reality sides of things inside of this game looked bloody phenomenal, to the point where I was actually really impressed. They're pretty small areas where you get to sort of like repair your ship, you get to do some story beats, then you have like these diorama moments where you'll have story going on but in mixed reality, which again is quite good with some good occlusion and stuff like that. And then you have the pod racing, which is really the weakest section of this entire game. I just think it's draw distance for me. Like, you just can't really see or get into or really sort of get your teeth into this game when it comes to that side of things. I really like the toy section as well, where you can actually play around and scale up and down sort of like the different characters from the universe. So yeah, I don't know, this one's one of those ones where I'd almost say like maybe wait for a discount. It's a pretty good example of mixed reality and it's a pretty good game overall, but it's fairly short, and well, that pod racing, which should be the main thing that you're going to this game for, is probably the weakest section as well. So I would just say like maybe wait for a sale, even though this is only like $20 right now. I just think that if you could pick this up for sort of $10-15, it would be a pretty good bargain. Next up, we had Sherlock Holmes: The Master Detective drop in early access. This is, of course, I mean, I don't think I even need to explain this, but a puzzle game where you're going to be solving mysteries. I mean, it's Sherlock Holmes at the end of the day, right? So yeah, this one's actually pretty decent. I've got to say, actually not a bad looking game either. For a game that's in early access, it feels pretty polished. I actually don't really see why this is in early access. Maybe there's just more to come to the game. But yeah, nonetheless, this one's pretty interesting. If you're interested in your puzzle sort of games or your sort of mystery solving games, then this one's an easy recommend. Next up, we had Wreckin' Raccoon, the new I Am Cat, I guess. I mean, it seems like a bunch of developers are now trying to make I Am Cat games. Of course, you know, it's the gorilla virus infecting us now in a different way. But nonetheless, Wreck-It Raccoon has come out from Endreams, and actually I've tried this one for myself. It's not a bad game at all. Actually, it's quite fun for a little bit at least. So if you're interested in sort of your I Am Cat type of games, then I'm sure this will do well. Or if you're making content for this type of thing for shorts, probably killer. Next, we have Ranger. Now, I've been actually speaking about this because it was on my sort of games I'm hyped for list a little while ago, and this one I'm actually pretty impressed by. This is a new rhythm-based game where you get to sort of hack, slash, punch, and do all the other cool things to the beat of the rhythm, and this one didn't disappoint. Actually, really like this one. I do like a good rhythm game when they absolutely get it right, and I feel like this one actually has got enough going for it that separates it out from other rhythm-based games. So definitely, if you are into that sort of stuff, this is good. You can also do some like map making stuff with it as well. There's a bunch of cool things that go in with it. Pretty cool example of a good rhythm game. Next up, we had Super RC. Now, I haven't actually had the chance to try this one, but I will do my best to jump into it so I can give you a bit of a better opinion another time. But nonetheless, this one is a RC sort of like slash mixed reality one where you're going to be able to build out tracks. You're going to be able to actually build out sort of like your RC racing vehicles as well, which is quite cool. It's got a bunch of awesome stuff to it, as well as like, you know, actually getting out there and racing against people as well. So pretty cool if you're looking for that type of experience. This one on the surface looks good. Like I say, I haven't tried it, so I can't give you like an honest recommendation, yes or no, but you do have the refund policy on the Meta store at least, so at least you can get your money back if it is crap. Next up, we had Memoriam released this week as well, and yeah, this is just, I'm going to say it right off the bat, the most easy recommend I could possibly give you. Yeah, if you're into sort of your sci-fi horror, this is just super easy. It's not so scary, by the way, that it will freak you out to the point of not wanting to play it, which is, I think, a quality of this game, but it is just enough to give you that tension and a little bit of fear and the occasional little jump scare. So if you're like me and you're not a massive fan of just absolutely pooping your pants the entire game, this one 1 is like that nice level where you're going to get a bit of a sort of, you know, freaky experience without it being absolutely terrifying the entire time. So I think they've actually got a really cool winning formula for this game, and not just that, it's just a bloody fun, good looking game to actually jump into and experience on the Quest or PC. So definitely recommend this one. And last but not least, we had Dreams of Another drop as well for the PSVR 2. Now, this is a really weird one, and I just didn't enjoy this game. It really doesn't make a lot of sense. You're sort of destroying things with a gun to be able to create beauty. It's kind of got like a good mental health sort of message that comes throughout this game, which is, you know, positive. But in general, I just really didn't care for this to be in VR. I didn't actually see the reason why this needed to even be in VR. It was one of those ones where I could probably think this would be a better game just being flat. Although they did some good stuff to sort of implement that VR nature into this game, and props to them for doing that, it just really did have that hybrid feeling to it, and yeah, it just wasn't for me. Also, the game just wasn't for me, but maybe it's just me. So let me know your thoughts and opinions if you've tried this on PSVR 2 and you feel a different way. I'd be very interested to have a chat with you and just understand why. VR gaming news. It's time for some VR gaming news, and you know I bloody love me some VR gaming news, and this week is pretty juicy. So starting things off, we have Forefront. Now this is basically, of course, your Battlefield, which drops today as well if you're interested, but this is basically your Battlefield for VR, and oh my god, it doesn't disappoint. I have had the chance to jump into this and try this, and it's freaking awesome. The beta is running right now, so you're able to join this, go join their Discord, gain access. It's definitely worth it. This is such a cool game. I really have high hopes for when this finally comes out, and I'm super glad to see that they're doing a ton of beta testing. You know, they're really working with the community to be able to iron this out and make it everything it can be. Honestly, the studio behind this are bloody fantastic, so the fact that they're sort of continuing their awesome reputation of working on stuff like this, I just think props to them. I'm super excited to see what this is going to be like by the time it's polished and finished and released. Next up, we've got some exciting news about Demio's Dungeons and Dragons Battlemarked. The longest title in bloody history, is actually going to be dropping in November. Now this is one I'm very personally very looking forward to. I absolutely love Demio. It is one of my top tier games that I've put a ridiculous amount of hours into, both in flat and in VR. So this one for me is just an absolute no-brainer. I also really like Dungeons and Dragons, so the fact that these things are marrying up together, it's essentially giving me exactly what I wanted out of the original Demio, and now we're going to get that. I'm just stupidly excited. So November, mark your calendars, get ready, or battle mark your calendars, should I say. Jesus, that was cheesy. That deserves at least one like. Next up, we have Made of Skier. Skier? I don't know how the bloody hell to say that, but I'm sure someone will correct me in the comments down below. This is a brand new horror game that has got the VR treatment, and it's going to be coming out later this year for Quest, PCVR and PSVR 2. Now this one is based on like Welsh folklore, so something, you know, not a million miles from me. I'm actually pretty intrigued by this one. I don't know if I'll play it, but damn, it looks really good. The trailer definitely looks like it's not real gameplay, but nonetheless I do think this game looks like it's really bloody interesting, and it just has a lot of potential. So if it's even half as good as the trailer, I feel like this is going to be an absolute sweet horror game. Again, probably not for me because I'll poop my pants, but I think for all you horror fans, this is definitely one to keep an eye out for. And keeping up with the horror theme, Phasmophobia just dropped their Crimson Eye Halloween update. This is a extra mission that you get to do, and yeah, it looks friggin' awesome. I'm going to be jumping into this over the weekend, probably in flat, not in VR, because I will, you know, have a heart attack. But nonetheless, I'm stupidly excited to try this one out. I actually really love Phasmophobia, but I can personally only ever play it like flat, because it's just too much for me to play in VR. But I'm a VR channel saying that, don't tell anyone. But nonetheless, I really think this is a dope update, and I'm looking forward to trying it out for myself. If you own this yourself, get in there, give it a go. I definitely think it's worth it. Coming up next week. Coming up next week, we have Reach. Now, I am so excited to try this one out fully. Now, I've obviously had the opportunity to be able to go try this out a couple of times, like just doing like 45-minute sections of the game. And from what I've experienced so far, this is looking like it's going to be an incredible experience. And I'm very excited to actually try this full game out now. Although it will be like the 4th time that I've had to play this specific beginning section of the game. But nonetheless, I am very much looking forward to it. If you don't know what this is all about sort of like a very action-packed AAA experience where you're going to be able to get in using a dope bow, you're going to have grappling hooks, you're going to be going through this sort of like sci-fi weird world, as well as the real world in some sections. But yeah, all in all, this is looking like an absolute banger, and finally next week I'll be able to give you my full opinion of this game, so keep your eyes peeled on the channel for that. Well, there you have it, guys. Thank you so much for joining me on this video. Your beautiful faces made my day brighter just joining me and clicking into these videos. But of course, don't forget to support it by smashing like and subscribing and all that good stuff. But other than that though, seriously, a massive thank you for spending your time with me. It really makes my channel what it is, so I'm just eternally grateful for you guys and girls for spending your time with me. Other than that, guys, let me know in the comments down below what you're going to be playing across this weekend, and I will catch you in the next video. Peace out. Bye.